So today, April 4th, day 30 of the Lent Devotional that I've really enjoyed so far, we're taking a look at a passage in Matthew 21, 23 through 46. I'm kind of discuss how God laid out the parable of the vineyard as I was looking through it, because I've heard this story over the years many times and had certain emotions tied to it. And as I was reading this story today, I was just kind of thinking about what's really going on here, because it's easy to read a passage like this, hear it, and kind of move on with life. But I was kind of going through it and I heard God saying things to me, which I'll get to in a sec, really. But quickly, in this parable, we have a gentleman who has enough wealth to purchase this vineyard. And he takes what I consider a benevolent stance. He loves people enough to build this business with his own investment. And not only does he invest in the property with money, he invests with time. He plants the vineyard. If you read the passage, he builds the fence around the vineyard. He digs the winepress and he builds the tower. And then he hires servants to take care of it for him. And they enter into an agreement that they will take care of the vineyard, and he's going to go off and invest in other things in life. And the time comes for other servants of his to come and reap the harvest of the vineyard. But in the meantime, the people working the vineyard have grown so attached to this vineyard that they've set up a system, it seems, to watch out for intruders, if you will. And I imagine them having a watch in this very tower that was built by their very loving landowner. And now they're watching out for the people that the landowner is going to send to reap the harvest that they agreed to work for. And not only do they meet the servants coming to reap the harvest and see how things are going, they beat one of them, they stone another, and they kill another. So I'm reading this and I'm literally getting angry. I'm getting very, very angry. These people have been giving the blessing of this vineyard, and they decide they love the vineyard more than the one who gave them the vineyard to work, the one who gave them the opportunity to earn a living, the one who gave them the opportunity to take something and grow it to benefit more people. So the landowner hears of this, and he decides to send his son. He says, they'll respect my son. They probably knew the son. The son probably took part in the work to get the vineyard established. And so they're in the tower watching. They see the son, and they think, this is the heir. We will take care of him. And then in what I see as absolute insanity, they decide if we kill the son, we're going to have what we want. We're going to own this vineyard. And so they kill the son, assuming they're going to own this vineyard. And in my mind, that's absolute insanity, because I go to the parable of the talents in my mind. And the owner in that parable looks at the servants that invested in the gift he gave them and grew it. They grew the kingdom. They grew the investment he gave them and calls them good and faithful servants. Yet in this parable, these workers destroy the servants and the son of the gift giver and expect to reap the rewards of that. And in the economy of God, if they had held up their end of the bargain, they would have reaped great benefit. They would have probably been given responsibility over other things in the lands this landowner had gone and invested in. But now they've limited themselves to this one vineyard. This is their idol. This is their life. They can't see beyond the walls of that one vineyard, so they protect it with everything they have, to the point that they protect it from the owner of it. And I'm getting angry, and I'm sitting there on my couch getting frustrated at these people. And then God kind of taps me on the shoulder and says, Jason, what parts of the vineyard of your life that I've given you do you wall off from me? What areas of the gifts I've given you do you kind of say, I got this figured out, I can handle this on my own? What parts of the vineyard of your life that I've given you are you willing to absolutely destroy the messengers that I send? The message of my word, you refuse to apply it in this area of the vineyard of your life. And then I see myself as the guy in the tower. I see myself as a guy at the wall waiting to kill the message of God coming into my life, because I think I've got it figured out and I think this is all I need. And I remember a quote from C.S. Lewis that says we are half-hearted creatures, fooling about with drink and sex and ambition, when infinite joy is offered to us, and we, like ignorant children, want to go on making mud pies in a slum because we cannot imagine what is meant by the offer of a holiday at sea. We are far too easily pleased. So the workers in this vineyard were pleased to just have this vineyard and couldn't see beyond the walls of the blessings that they could have reaped had they held up their end of the bargain and stewarded the land well. And we as believers tend to wrap ourselves in our possessions, our relationships, and we guard things. We don't realize how hard we guard things of our life and refuse to let God in sometimes. So I challenge you, as I'm challenging myself during this season, to sit in this devotion and think, what part of my vineyard do I not allow God into? And where can he bless me greater? And where can I be a benefit to more people than I think I can benefit in just my little space? Thank you.